nation, you're so full of fear. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be.
And I am joined by yet another working class hero right now, Luke Rudkowski. And this song actually reminds me of the beginning of, well, I wouldn't say it was the beginning of the protest on Friday night, because it wasn't really a protest. There weren't that many people there. Luke was bullhorning knowledge, and there was this young punk college student kind of during the back going, "Do you have a job? Do you even have a job?" And I walked up to him and I said, yeah, he does have a job. He works for the Russian media, actually. He has a paycheck. What do you do? Oh, that's right. You're a student. You don't work at all. Your mom and dad pay for everything. You're a privileged, spoiled brat that's a know-nothing and couldn't tell me the 3 branches of government. And he kind of looked at me and he just, oh, he does have a job. Didn't really have an answer to that one, did he, Luke?
No, he sure didn't have an answer to that. I mean, I work full-time, I go to school full-time, and I make it my priority to make time to try to save this republic that we all live in and make a better life for all of us and our kids to come.
Absolutely. All right, Luke, let's break down the whole trip. Let's move away from the horrors that happened on Friday evening. We'll get to that at the bottom of the hour. We're also going to take some calls while you're with us. I mean, I've got loaded phone lines. I've got John, Mark, Mike, Jake, and Dave. We're going to go to all those phone calls and much more, I promise you. But just tell people when you got in. I think that you got in, I believe it was either Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning, and just some of the first things you did when you got into Pittsburgh.
I mean, as soon as we got into Pittsburgh, we went to this protest with Cindy Sheehan, Reverend Billy, downtown in Pittsburgh. And that was a very kind of peaceful kind of rallying thing until the cops got out the pepper spray and the sound wave weapons. Me and the whole We Are Change crew, I mean, we had people from We Are Change Rhode Island, We Are Change Pittsburgh, Chicago, Ohio join us. We all got really pepper sprayed really bad. And I'm telling you, that stuff hurts you really bad.
Yeah, it is tough when you breathe it in.
It was just incredible.
It was, and you talked about that first peaceful march. Now that took place. It started in Arsenal Park, and right away the police force blocked off the initial street that they were going to march down, forcing everybody to go to the other side of the street and up the road. Now, obviously, this was part of their plan as they dispersed large groups. Again, it started with about 2,000, knocked down to 1,500, 1,000 as they kept warding it off. The next time that I saw you, because I saw you before the march actually happened while thousands were massing at the event, was in front of the LRAD weapons, and that was the first time that I had seen them in use, and we were right next to those weapons.
Yeah, those things are very powerful. I mean, my ears are still ringing from that. I mean, you could cover your eardrums, and you could still hear everything that they were saying clearly right in your head. It was very... they dispersed all the crowds, and then all the crowds went on all different side streets. The cops came on the side streets and started gassing everybody. And that's when we got hit with the pepper spray, me and Danny and everybody, and that was not comfortable at all.
No, not at all. And I actually, while I was on the side, I ran into Cindy after they started tear gassing people, and then another couple individuals who were, again, just residents of Pittsburgh who came out to shoot some camera footage. They didn't even have a video camera. He just wanted to take some pictures, and he had been tear gassed, and he couldn't believe it. He said, "Look, I don't know what all these people are here for. I don't even care about the G20. I'm just a working schmo. One of the things I do is take pictures. I got hit with tear gas. I couldn't believe it. This is totally unnecessary."
It totally was. And then we were just trying to get out of that area there. We were trying to walk downtown, see what was going on downtown, and then the cops were blocking off all the roofs and all the streets downtown. I was like, what the hell's going on here? So I just got the bullhorn and started talking to the cops and talking to everybody. Like, we're just trying to go downtown, and now we got to face you guys right now. And that's when, the local media picked up on me bullhorning. They played it all over Pittsburgh. And then that also was on NBC Nightly News. We started walking around, and then we see Nightly News going live right on the bridge as we were walking into downtown later.
And the funny thing about that is, Luke, as you took it over, they tried to cut the mic, but they cut the wrong mic, and then all you could hear was you instead of Brian Williams.
Yeah, I know. I got to watch the whole thing because we were there for a while, and it was pretty hilarious seeing us just getting our message across to millions and millions of people just with that one bullhorn. I mean, the producers came out, started shoving me and pushing me. I was like, listen, buddy, you want to talk to me like a gentleman. We're not doing anything wrong here. Don't push me and shove me. And they're saying, oh, they can't hear you at all on that. I'm like, if they can't hear me, why are you here trying to get me stopped? I'm not going to stop. And then we just kept going and going, and we took over that whole show.
And it shows the power of just one individual. We have great power within ourselves if we choose to use it. I mean, you're a guy who's been doing this since he was a teenager. You're only in your early 20s at this point, Luke, and you've done more for this country, being born in Poland, by the way, than the majority of people that I meet in this movement or any of these supposed do-gooders out there. I mean, you've done things in the past few years of your life as a young man that some people will never accomplish in a lifetime because they are too cowardly to stand up for what is right.
Thank you, Jason. But we're all leaders. We're all individuals. And when I tell you this, I mean it. Nothing is impossible. We can do anything we want. I mean, we reached out to millions of people on Nightline News just by interrupting their show and getting our message across to that larger audience. It's simple. It's easy. We're not doing anything wrong but fighting for truth, and that is the strongest weapon we have, stronger than those LRAD weapons, stronger than their batons and their chemical weapons that they use against us, because that message of truth and love speaks so much to the heart, so much to the human mind, that there's nothing defeating it. There's nothing that could stop it. And we have to use that to our advantage and get out there and stop being afraid to be who we really are. I know this information. It doesn't matter how much I say. It matters what I do with it. Knowledge is power, but it's only power when we know how to use it and implement it to the right cause.
I agree 100%. Let's take some calls, Luke. Let's go to John in Colorado. John, what's on your mind?
Hey, Jason, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't have a computer, Jason. I'm a Vietnam vet, disabled vet, and ex-federal law enforcement myself, and I'm just ashamed. And so all this stuff you guys have been reporting is true then, where these kids, honestly, Jason, these kids near a college in a park were doing nothing, and these cops started clubbing them?
Yeah, absolutely. When you see the video of the kid in a peace, he has a peace flag wrapped around his back.
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's not doing anything. He's like, please let me go, please, fleeing the scene. By the way, he's on the other side of the road where I am. I'm literally maybe 5 or 10 feet away from him. There's no cops behind us, but he gets blocked off by, I would say it's probably like a 2-foot piece of concrete. So as he's getting beaten, he jumps over the concrete. He tries to take the bike. They baton him. He doesn't get the bike. Then he waits and they start to walk away. He's like, please, let me just go get my bike. He reaches down to get the bike. They baton his knuckle. They break his knuckle. And they beat his bike while he tries to get the bike away. And then just moments later, I'm just trying to not get arrested and get a good viewpoint with my camera.
Right.
You start to see people putting their hands up, getting on their knees, and being twist-tied. And just like Luke said earlier on the Alex Jones show, what they did is they said, you have to leave, you have to leave. And then as soon as you tried to leave, they cornered you and they said, look, for your own safety, get on the ground, get on your knees, because we've already shot off rubber bullets. We've already shot off tear gas cannons. We've already beaten people with batons. If you want that to continue, then go ahead and do your thing, but you're not leaving here. And again, not one mainstream media source has said that anybody got arrested. And again, the process for the protesters, again, is different than people who are normally arrested. They get their digital fingerprints taken. They don't have charges put against them. They're kept in cuffs in a room all night with each other. It's mind-blowing, John.
You had a girl, Jason, that was on a bike, and they hit her in the head?
No. I did not film that. That Jones had seen a separate video.
Well, that's what I mean. It was done.
It was the riot police. Listen, there were so many police there. I think that them is really a broad term. They brought out, I saw DHS while I was down there, okay?
Was there Army, Jason?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
There were Army there.
Yeah, National Guard, the FBI was there taking everybody's information down at the detention center. They were clubbing me. I got clubbed. Anybody near them that wanted to leave was getting clubbed. And even people walking by, students who had nothing to do with nothing, were just getting arrested for no reason. I was on the bus with kids who were I was just walking on. I was just seeing what was happening, and they're all arrested with everybody.
Do you think any of these kids' parents are going to be able to file lawsuits, Jason?
We'll see if any of them actually have the gumption to do so. They obviously have a case, and the video will help.
Exactly. I was wondering, did any of the kids get any names? Were any of you guys be able to get any of the cops' names or the military? Any of them or no?
No. They all had standard. Exactly.
They had no names cleared to nobody. We didn't know who they were. We kept asking for names. We kept asking where they're from, who they are. We weren't told nothing. But I want to launch a countersuit against these guys since I'm being charged right now. I got to go back Wednesday. I'm asking people to help me find lawyers, help me finance money for lawyers, because I want to make this a case, because a destruction of one person's civil liberties is a destruction for all people's civil liberties, and we have to fight this tooth and nail in courts right now. We have all the video, we have all the proof of them lying, setting us up, and we need to fight this battle right now in the court system.
I thank you for the call, John, and I'd also like to make the point, and there'll be a separate video on YouTube within the next couple days, possibly tomorrow if I get the chance. You know, I am working on Invisible Empire almost every day, and I just took off about a week without working on it. It's pretty hard to do that when you're on a film.